surprised. I was just sitting down. A few weeks ago, Professor asked me if I would say something. What I decided to talk about is what is toughness. When I think about a topic like that, I do a little research. The first thing I do is I go to Webster's and I see what does Mr. Webster have to say. How does he define toughness? I looked it up. He says it's strong and durable, not easily broken, not brittle or tender, capable of great endurance, sturdy, hardy. Then I look at words that mean the same as synonyms. This is what I found. Firmness, fortitude, grit, willpower, backbone, iron will. And two that I think really apply, perseverance and persistence. Next I take a look at what does the Bible have to say about it. One of my favorite passages is one I read every week. It speaks to it because it uses the word endurance, which is toughness. Romans 5:2-5, it says, through him we have obtained access by faith into this grace in which we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. Not only that, we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance. I think we all agree that we suffer out here on many occasions. And endurance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame. It's hope in what we want to achieve. Being tough comes from the mind and the heart. It's not from the physical. It's a decision that we make. I started Judo when I was about 12 years old, and I was terrible. I actually forgot to bring this. I got my first trophy. The date's still on the trophy. The trophy's broken. But I got it in 1957. How many people here were alive in 1957? Okay, not a lot of hands. Dave's the only one. And actually, I want you guys to know the girl didn't beat me all that bad, all right? But I went on to high school and I started wrestling my freshman year. I was pinned every match I wrestled. I held the record as being pinned faster than anybody in the state my freshman year. I got pinned in 3 seconds. Now the good news is a guy named Mac Morikawa came over from Japan and beat the record with somebody else the next year, so I got my name out of the record books. But you know, before my sophomore year, I made the decision, this has got to stop. Okay? I didn't like getting beat. So I made the decision that I would be tough. I drew a line in the sand and said, this is going to change. So my sophomore year, it did. It's not about quitting. It's not all about quitting, but it is about not quitting. Staying with something, no matter how hard it becomes, if we truly believe it is right and it has value. My faith would be an example. Next thing I look at is what do famous people say about toughness? Well, T.J. Taylor says a couple things. He says it's never easy when you're constantly looking to become more. It's tough. He also said if you're looking for the easy challenge, you're not cut out for success. The gentleman that Professor Flavio turned me on to, Chris Toughness, in the Tao Jiu-Jitsu, said anyone can be tough for a season. It takes a special kind of human to rise to life's challenges for a lifetime. Sir Edmund Hillary said this, it's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. The guy, I like this quote a lot, a guy named Babiani, says, toughness is not hardening. Toughness is withstanding all the forces that want to harden us, while still retaining our sensitiveness and our humanness. Bethany Hamilton, the surfer that got lost an arm in a shark, this is what she says. Courage, sacrifice, determination, commitment, toughness, heart, talent, guts. That's what little girls are made of. Simon Sinek said, great leaders don't need to act tough. Their confidence and humility serve to underscore their toughness. Alex Karras, famous football player, said, toughness is the soul and the spirit, not in the muscles. Bobby Knight, famous basketball coach, mental toughness is to physical as 4 is to 1. I'll read that again. Mental toughness is to physical as 4 is to 1. It's in your heart. What does the face of toughness look like? I thought about a lot of the guys in here, and well, I could use tons and tons and tons of examples, but let me give you some of the faces of people around here. These aren't all black belts. Tracy Lewis started Jiu-Jitsu at about 62 years old. Anybody here 62? Think about coming out here on the mat as a white belt and getting beat up every day. Okay, it's not a lot of fun. Not only did he start at 62, he made the decision that he would go out and compete because some professor here, there's Fernando, yeah, told him that you'll do good. It's a continent. You'll fight guys your own age and your own weight. I don't think so. Okay, he goes out and fights two guys that are in their 20s that each outweigh him by 50 pounds. All right, but he fought. He'll get his black belt in a few years because he's tough. John Koschel, he followed his dream to share the hope of Jesus Christ, coupled with the hope of Gracie Barra, to change lives in Gulu, Uganda. My bet is that there's not a person in here that could put a pin in Gulu, Uganda if we had a map here. Okay, I've been there 4 times. It is not a place you go on vacation. Okay, not. Mark Wagner. Okay, the guy's had foot problems. I mean, he's taped his foot so often. Then he blows out his ACL. He's in his mid-40s. What's Mark doing today? He's fighting a submission-only tournament tonight. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he's tough. I mean, Brett Anderson. Brett Anderson's has so many injuries, I can't even count that high. And he just got well-deserved black belt. Mike Fahey. He's a general in the Marine Corps. Okay, in Jiu-Jitsu, we promote people to black belt. We have an unending supply of them. How many generals do you think there are? Okay, there's not many, and these guys are fighting for them. Okay, that's rarefied air. You better be really tough to become a general. All right. As you know, Mike is tiny. All right, and he's out here, he's being the bug against the windshield all the time, but he's learned. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu acumen has grown, and I watched him the other day teaching somebody in my class how to do things right. Sean Haggerty's ACL surgery, out for 6 months, comes back with a giant brace on. Most of us got our fingers. Sign up anymore. Most of us got our fingers caught in that stupid brace. Okay, Sean, it's tough. Felipe, ACL tear, but he still comes back to train and teach. Every black belt in this room is tough. Every black belt in this room has made the decision that they're not going to quit. And I know a lot of other people have as well, and you will get to be a black belt. How's it work in life? Flavio, Dave Weber, Ryan Ritchie, and Diogo all took off from San Clemente to go to the barren deserts of Arizona because they had a dream that they could take Jiu-Jitsu to Arizona. You got to be tough to do that. Okay, they go down there and start over, find a house, find a school, and everything else. Toughness. There's a guy here, Chris Rattan, one of the toughest guys I've ever met. Okay, first time I came here to Jiu-Jitsu, I watched him. He's, a couple a year ahead of me. He's like a blue belt or 4-stripe white belt. Then he's beating everybody up. He's tough. I thought, oh God, I don't want to work out with this guy. And same attitude on and on. I can everybody here that they know if they got to work out with Chris that okay, I got to protect myself because this is going to be 5 minutes of hell. But then I get to go wrestle with Susie or somebody else. Chris is tough. All right, he is very tough. He's going through a very hard battle now where he's got the support of his wife and his family and friends like all of us. If he's tough, he'll get through it. That's what toughness is about. What toughness is not is also important. Toughness is never coupled with arrogance. We put others first. It's with humility. Toughness is not about being pushy or beating people up. People will see toughness in you. It's inside you. I decided to become tough at the age of 14. You can decide that at any age. It's about drawing a line in the sand and saying, I will not quit. Tom Petty wrote a song about it. I won't back down. C.S. Lewis, one of my famous philosophers, one of my guys I really like a lot. He said, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the end. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are, that's today, and change the end. What will each of us decide? If you're focused on the destination, you'll become tough and you will value the journey on the way to your goal. be done.